First words with Peppa Pig. Level 2, Mr. Fox's van. Meet Peppa, Freddy Fox and Mr. Fox. Learn all, at, be, black, did, do, have, knew, there, they, under, want, white. Read, things, banjo, rope, petrol, bike. Freddy Fox had a new bike and a new hat. The hat was black and white. Freddy went to see Peppa with the new bike and the new hat. He put on the black and white hat. I have a new bike and a new black and white hat. They come from my dad's van, said Freddy Fox. Do you have a bell on the bike? Said Peppa. No, if I want a bell, my dad will have a new one in the van, said Freddy Fox.
Wow!
Mr. Fox has a lot of things in his van. They went to find Mr. Fox's van. Mr. Fox did have a new bell in the van. I had a bell in the back under the hats, said Mr. Fox.
Wow!
If you want a new thing, there will be one in the van. Do you have a cup in the van? Said Peppa. Mr. Fox did have a cup in there. Mr. Fox had lots of cups at the back under the bikes. You have a lot of things in the van, they all said. If you want a new thing, there will be one in the van, said Mr. Fox.
Hooray!
Do you have a banjo in the van? Said Peppa. Mr. Fox did have a banjo at the back under the cups.
Wow!
You have a lot of things in there, they all said. If you want a new thing, there will be one in the van, said Mr. Fox. Do you have a tree in the van? Said Peppa. Mr. Fox did have a tree in the van.
Wow!
Do you want this tree? It was at the back, under the lamp, said Mr. Fox.
Wow!
You have a lot of things in there, they all said. If you want a new thing, there will be one in the van, said Mr. Fox. Do you have a hen in the van? Said Peppa. Mr. Fox did have a hen in the van. I've got this black hen in a white box. It was at the back under the clock, said Mr. Fox.
Wow!
You have a lot of things in there, they all said. If you want a new thing, there will be one in the van, said Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox and Freddy went to the van. Mr. Fox has a lot of things in the van, said Peppa. If you want a new thing, there will be one in the van, they all said. The van did not go. One thing Mr. Fox did not have in the van was petrol. Do you have a rope in the van? Said Peppa. Mr. Fox did have a rope in the van.
Hooray!
I have a lot of things in the van, but I must have petrol too, said Mr. Fox. The end. Read it yourself with Peppa Pig playing football. Pig and Susie Sheep are playing tennis. To you, Peppa, says Susie. To you, Susie, says Peppa. George wants to play tennis too. You can't play tennis, George, says Peppa. But you can be the ball boy. You have to get the ball for me and Susie. Peppa and Susie love playing tennis. Ball boy, says Peppa. George has to get the ball, so he runs and runs. George does not love tennis. Peppa's friends are here. They want to play too. We can play football, says Danny Dog. Hooray! Everyone cheers. Everyone loves football. Friends get into teams. They have a boys' team and a girls' team. Pedro Pony is in goal for the boys and Rebecca Rabbit is in goal for the girls. Richard Rabbit gets the ball. He runs and runs. He kicks the ball past Peppa and Susie Sheep.
Wow.
Then Richard kicks the ball past Rebecca and into the net. Go, says Danny Dog. Hooray! Cheered the boys. Rebecca Rabbit gets the ball. She runs past Pedro Pony. Next, she throws the ball into the net. Go to me, says Rebecca. It's not fair, says Pedro. Rebecca does not get a goal, says Danny. You can't throw the ball in. Daddy Pig is here. I will help you, he says. The next team to get a goal will be the winners. Richard Rabbit has the ball. He runs and runs. Then he kicks it into Pedro's net. Go! The boys win! Cheers, Danny Dog. It's not fair, says Peppa. But the ball went into the boys' own net, says Daddy. So it's an own goal. The girls cheer. Hooray! It is fair, says Peppa. We win. Everyone loves football. The end. Read it yourself. Peppa Pig. Daddy Pig's office. Peppa and George are here to see Daddy Pig's office.
Wow.
What do you do at the office? Asked Peppa. You will see, says Daddy Pig. This is the intercom, says Daddy Pig. Can I press the button? Asked Peppa. Yes, says Daddy Pig. Peppa says hello into the intercom. This is the lift, says Daddy Pig. Can I press the button? Asked Peppa. Let George have a go this time, says Daddy Pig. George presses the lift button. The lift goes up to Daddy Pig's office.
Wow.
Daddy Pig, Peppa and George all go in. This is Mrs. Cat, says Daddy Pig. Hello, Mrs. Cat, says Peppa. This is Mr. Rabbit, says Daddy Pig. Hello, Mr. Rabbit, says Peppa. Peppa and George are here to see the office, says Daddy Pig. This is what I do at my desk, says Mr. Rabbit. He stamps paper with a stamp. Can I have a go? asked Peppa. Yes, says Mr. Rabbit. Stamp, stamp, stamp. This is what I do at my desk, says Mrs. Cat.
Meow.
She has a computer and a printer.
Wow.
Can I have a go? asked Peppa. No, let George have a go now, says Daddy Pig. Mrs. Cat lifts George up. He has a go on the computer and printer. Print, print, print. Peppa and George are printing with Mrs. Cat's printer.
Hooray!
Look at all this paper, says Mrs. Cat.
Meow.
It's time to go and see my desk, says Daddy Pig. Do you have a stamps and a computer? asked Peppa. No, says Daddy Pig, but I have pens. Pens are the best. Can I have a go? asked Peppa. Peppa and George like Daddy Pig's pens. This is good, says Peppa. Draw, draw, draw. Time to go now, says Daddy Pig. Daddy Pig's office is good.
Wow.
I like Mr. Rabbit's job, and I like Mrs. Cat's job, but I like your job the best, Daddy, says Peppa. The end. Peppa goes around the world. It was almost the start of the summer holidays. Peppa was playing in the garden with her friends. What are you doing over the holidays? asked Wendy Wolf. I'm going to the park, replied Peppa. Peppa was very excited. She was going to spend the holidays jumping in lots of muddy puddles. Peppa's friends were going on holiday all around the world. I'm going to the jungle, said Pedro Pony. We're going to the desert, said Emily and Edmund Elephant. And I'm going to the mountains, barked Danny Dog. What about you, Susie? asked Peppa. I'm off to the South Pole to play with the penguins, Susie Sheep grinned. On the first day of the holidays, Peppa and George climbed into the car. Time to go to the park, said Mummy Pig. Let's go, cheered Daddy Pig. The little car chugged along the road. The engine went chugga chugga chugga, bang clank bonk. Oh dear, groaned Daddy Pig. The car has broken down. Mummy Pig called for help. Please come quick, she said. This is an emergency. Look, gasped Peppa. Here comes Miss Rabbit's emergency breakdown service. That was quick, said Mummy Pig. Miss Rabbit said it would take her all day to put things right. But we want to go to the park, cried Peppa. Don't worry, replied Miss Rabbit. While I fix your car, you can borrow my aeroplane. Airplane, George shouted. Everybody climbed into Miss Rabbit's aeroplane. Mummy Pig took the controls. This is fun, she said. Are we supposed to be flying upside down? wondered Daddy Pig. The ground is in the sky and the sky is on the ground, giggled Peppa.
Meow.
It didn't take long for Mummy Pig to get the hang of the airplane flying. Next stop, the park, said Daddy Pig. To jump in muddy puddles, cried Peppa. Daddy Pig opened out his map. Are we lost as usual? Asked Peppa. We are not lost, snorted Daddy Pig. I can see some trees. That must be the park. Where are the swings and roundabouts? Asked Peppa. Said Daddy Pig. This looks more like a jungle than a park. Peppa gasped. Pedro was on holiday in the jungle. Mummy Pig pulled the handbrake and the plane fell through the trees, landing on the ground with a bump. Here was Pedro. Hello, Pedro, called Peppa. Are you having a nice holiday? Pedro nodded. It's brilliant. There are parrots and monkeys and everything. The jungle was fun, but there were no muddy puddles to jump in. Can we visit my other friends on their holidays around the world? Asked Peppa. I don't see why not, said Mummy Pig. It was Daddy Pig's turn to fly the aeroplane. Where next? He said. The mountains, said Peppa. That's where Danny Dog is. Danny Dog was enjoying his mountain holiday. The best bit about climbing a mountain is that you're all alone, explained Captain Dog. There's no one else around. Daddy Pig landed the aeroplane at the top of the mountain, right in front of Danny and Captain Dog. Hello, Danny, shouted Peppa. We're flying around the world to see my friends. This mountain is very high. Peppa and her family said goodbye to Danny and Captain Dog and flew away again. Soon, Daddy Pig spotted lots of yellow sand in the distance. It must be the desert, he said. That's where Emily and Edmund are on holiday, cried Peppa. It wasn't easy to land an aeroplane in the desert. We've sunk into the ground, said Mummy Pig. Why do they have to fill the desert with so much sand? Cried Daddy Pig. Hello, Emily, shouted Peppa. Hello, Edmund. We've been studying a rare lizard, whispered Edmund. But it must be shy because it's run away. It had a scaly back and a long red tongue, added Emily. Yuck, said Mummy Pig. Lucky it ran off then. The lizard suddenly appeared on a rock. There it is, shouted Daddy Pig, frightening it away again. Did you say you had other people to visit? Sighed Dr. Elephant. Yes, said Peppa. We still got to go and see Susie at the South Pole. Goodbye, everybody. Susie was having a great holiday, but she did miss Peppa. I wish Peppa was here, Susie sighed. Peppa's aeroplane landed on the snow and ice. Peppa!
cried Susie.
Susie!
Cried Peppa. Peppa and Susie were best friends. They were very pleased to see each other again. Peppa had lots of fun with Susie and the penguins. But they couldn't play all day. Peppa still had to go to the park. Miss Rabbit should have fixed our car by now, said Mummy Pig. The aeroplane flew all the way back around the world.
Hello, Miss Rabbit,
said Peppa.
We've flown all around the world.
Good thing I remembered to fill the airplane's tank up with petrol this morning, said Miss Rabbit.
Your little car is working again,
said Miss Rabbit.
Hooray!
Peppa and George climbed inside.
Flying around the world was nice,
decided Peppa.
but something was missing. A muddy puddle!
Peppa and George loved jumping up and down in muddy puddles. Everyone loves jumping up and down in muddy puddles. The end.
Peppa's Big Day Out. Potato City, here we come. Peppa's Big Day Out. Join Peppa and her friends on their brilliant adventure at Potato City. Peppa is visiting a theme park called Potato City.
Wow!
2 adults and 2 children, please, says Mummy Pig. Miss Rabbit prints out the tickets. There's so much to do in Potato City, she says. Have a lovely day. Peppa's friends have come to visit too. Susie Sheep is pretending to be a tomato. Busy, isn't it? Gulps Daddy Pig. It's fantastic, says Peppa. Just then, everybody gasped. Mr. Potato has arrived. Welcome to Potato City, he cries, where the magic of vegetables never ends. Hooray! Cheer Peppa and her friends. Mr. Potato takes the children to the dinosaur garden. Susie is confused. Why have you got dinosaurs in Potato City? Mr. Potato frowns. Because dinosaurs like eating potatoes? Susie shakes her head. It's because children like dinosaurs. Roll up for the vegetable roundabout swing thing, calls Mr. Potato. Everybody loves the vegetable roundabout swing thing. Peppa and her friends jump on and ride it again and again and again. I like Potato City because it teaches you about vegetables, cries Peppa, and swings you round and round. But there is still one ride that Peppa hasn't been on yet. The Potato Rocket. Peppa and her friends climb into the carriages. George wants to go on too. Daddy Pig isn't sure. The potato rocket looks very high. Oh, okay, Daddy Pig snorts. Make it quick. George changes his mind and gets off, but it's too late for Daddy Pig. I love the potato rocket, shouts Susie. I love Potato City, shouts Peppa. Hooray! Everyone shouts together. The end.
Peppa Pig. Peppa goes to London. Once upon a time, Peppa and her playgroup went on a day trip to London. When they arrived, Madame Gazelle told everyone to gather round. "Children," she said, "this is London." "Wow," gasped Peppa. "It's so busy." London was a very big and very busy city. There was so much to see that Madame Gazelle couldn't decide where to go first. Miss Rabbit had an idea. "My friend the Queen lives in London," she said. "Maybe she can help." The Queen's house is called Buckingham Palace. Miss Rabbit went up to the front gate and rang the bell. "Yes," said a very grand voice. "Who are you?" "It's Miss Rabbit," said Miss Rabbit. "Ah, come in," the voice said. The voice belonged to the Queen. "Hello, everyone," she said. "Hello, Queen," shouted the children. "We're visiting London for the day," said Peppa, "but we don't know where to go." "London is my city," said the Queen. "I shall give you a guided tour."
Hooray!
Hooray! The Queen led Peppa and her friends out onto the street. She flagged down a bright red bus. "Mr. Driver," she said, "please may we borrow your bus?" "You must be joking," sniffed the driver. "No," replied the Queen, "I am your Queen." The driver helped everyone onto the bus. If the Queen asks you to do something, you must do it. Peppa had never been on a bus like this before. "It has stairs in it," she gasped. The Queen showed the children up to the top deck. From up there, they could see everything. Ding, ding! The bus set off. "First stop, Big Ben," said the Queen. The bus stopped in front of Big Ben. "Big Ben is a clock tower," said the Queen. "It helps us tell the time." Edmund Elephant shook his head.
Actually, Big Ben is the bell inside the tower, not the tower itself.
Edmund knew a lot for a little elephant. Edmund was a clever clogs.
That was loud,
exclaimed Danny Dog. "That was the sound of Big Ben telling us the time," said the Queen. "It rang 3 times, so it is 3 o'clock. Pedro Pony had a question. "If the clock rang 6 times, would that make it 6 o'clock?" "Yes, it would," said the Queen. "And if it rang 100 times," he wondered. "Then it would be broken," said the Queen. "Oh," said Pedro. The Queen drove the bus to Tower Bridge. "Stop!" shouted the bridge keeper. "You can't cross here." The Queen was not amused. "Why not?" she asked. "I'm sorry, Your Majesty," said the bridge keeper, "but a ship needs to pass under the bridge."
The ship is coming, said Peppa. It is very tall. It's going to bang into the bridge, shouted Danny Dog. The bridge lifted up just in time, and the ship sailed through. "Good," said the Queen. "Now we can be on our way. Please lower the bridge." The bridge keeper shook her head. Another ship was coming. The Queen wanted to get going. Peppa and her friends couldn't wait around all day. "Hold tight, everyone," she cried. The bus zoomed onto the bridge, and then crunk! It got stuck in the middle. "Now what do we do?" asked Miss Rabbit. "Everybody move to the front of the bus," ordered the Queen. 1, 2, 3, go! shouted Peppa. The bus started to tip and wobble, and then zoomed down the other side of the bridge. Hooray! The Queen was very good at driving buses. "Are you enjoying the tour?" asked the Queen. "Yes, Your Majesty," bellowed the children. open-top buses are the best,
said Peppa.
Why aren't all buses like this?
A raindrop fell on her head. Drip, drop, plop. That was why. Children, said Madame Gazelle, open your umbrellas. The bus chugged through the rain to Trafalgar Square. Oh dear, sighed the Queen. What a shame! It's full of puddles. The Queen was right. There were puddles everywhere. She frowned. I think our tour is over. Aww, groaned the children as they climbed off the bus. Peppa jumped in a puddle. George jumped in a puddle. Then everyone jumped in a puddle.
We love puddles, shouted the children. Come and splash, Your Majesty, called Peppa. It's fun.
Why not, said the Queen. One is wearing one's boots. The Queen loves jumping in London puddles. Everyone loves jumping in London puddles. The end. Peppa goes swimming. It's a lovely sunny day, and Peppa and her family are at the swimming pool.
Peppa, George, let Daddy put on your armbands,
snorts Mummy Pig. Today is George's first time at the pool, and he's a bit scared of getting in. Why don't you just put one foot in the water? Suggests Daddy Pig. Maybe George should try both feet at the same time, says Mummy Pig. Splash! Mummy Pig convinces George to jump into the water, and he loves it. Shouts George happily. Ho, ho. Well done, George, snorts Daddy Pig. Rebecca Rabbit, her brother Richard, and their mother arrive at the pool too.
Hello, everyone,
cries Rebecca.
Squeak, squeak,
says Richard.
Richard, hold on to this float so you can practice kicking your legs,
says Miss Rabbit.
George, would you like to try kicking your legs too?
asks Mummy Pig. Giggles George. Ho ho! Very good, laughs Daddy Pig. But please try not to splash.
Big children don't splash,
asks Peppa.
Big children are very good at swimming,
declares Peppa.
When George and Richard are older, they will be able to swim like us, won't they, Rebecca?
Yes, says Rebecca, as she watches the boys kick and splash. Peppa and Rebecca race each other up and down the pool with their swimming armbands on. They are having lots of fun swimming and splashing in the water. Oops! Richard has dropped his toy watering can into the pool.
Mammy,
cries Richard.
Sorry, Richard, I can't reach it. It's too far down,
says Miss Rabbit. Luckily, Daddy Pig is an excellent swimmer. He takes off his glasses and dives down to get it. Oh, there you go, snorts Daddy Pig. Says Richard. Well done, Daddy, says Mammy Pig.
Yes, thank you, Daddy Pig,
says Miss Rabbit. Oh dear, Richard is so happy to have his watering can back that he splashes Daddy Pig with water. George laughs. What a silly little piggy and rabbit. Everyone has had a fun day at the swimming pool. The end. Peppa Pig. Peppa goes on holiday. Peppa and her family are going on holiday. Mammy Pig is packing their bags. Are you sure we need all that stuff, Mammy Pig? Daddy Pig asks. Yes, replies Mammy Pig. It is all very important. Mr. Bull takes Peppa, George, Mammy Pig and Daddy Pig to the airport in his taxi. Miss Rabbit checks in their bags. Then it's time to board the plane.
Airplane, meow,
cries George. Off they fly, higher and higher through the clouds. Before long, their pilot, Captain Emergency, makes an announcement.
We are about to land in Italy.
Miss Rabbit, who is also the air stewardess, says, Please fasten your seatbelt. At the airport in Italy, they collect their hire car. Once they're on the road, they discover that the sat-nav only speaks Italian.
Why is everyone beeping their horns at us?
Asked Peppa. I expect they are just saying hello, said Mammy Pig. Suddenly, Peppa remembers something very important.
Teddy! I left Teddy on the airplane.
Oh dear! A policeman on a motorbike pulls Daddy Pig over. Hello, officer, stutters Daddy Pig. Good day, the policeman replies, reaching into his bag. I am returning this young bear.
Teddy!
Cries Peppa. The next day, Mammy Pig suggests they do some sightseeing. Their new friend, Gabriella Goat, shows them her pretty village. Mammy Pig buys a lot of things to take home. They're going to need another suitcase. Gabriella's uncle shows Peppa and George how pizza is made. A little bit of tomato, a little bit of cheese, says Uncle Goat.
Into the oven and into my tummy,
says Peppa.
I like pizza.
What a lovely, relaxing holiday, sighs Mammy Pig as Daddy Pig drives back to the holiday house. Oh dear! Daddy Pig has been pulled over again. Mr. Pig, says the policeman, reaching into his bag. You're Teddy.
Teddy!
Cries Peppa. After a few days, it is time for Peppa and her family to go home. Bye-bye, they call to Gabriella Goat and her family. What a lovely holiday, claims Daddy Pig. Yes, I have never felt so relaxed, sighs Mammy Pig. Oh dear, Daddy Pig has been pulled over by a policeman for a third time. Mr. Pig, please take better care of your Teddy, he says.
Teddy!
Cries Peppa, hugging her bear.
We're going home today.
Susie Sheep is waiting for Peppa when she gets home.
It rained while you were away.
Susie complains.
Oh, good,
Cries Peppa.
holidays are nice, but coming home to muddy puddles is even better.
The end.
Hi kids, did you have fun watching this video? Then like and subscribe for more.